Hi, everybody. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about a bill that's coming up on Thursday in the Senate. It's Senate Bill 90. And many of you know that I am the world champion of right to repair. I've passed 3 laws on right to repair, from wheelchairs to farm equipment to electronics of all different kinds. And in the last bill that we did in 2024, that bill went into effect in January 2026. That bill is the best right to repair policy of all of the states. The biggest difference that we have is the B2B and B2G. These are the things that are servers, printers, network equipment, copiers, things like that. Things that when companies buy from these manufacturers, they have service contracts. Those service contracts are exclusive. You have to use our people. You have to pay this expensive contract to get this thing fixed, and you can't do it yourself. We stopped that here in Colorado. Businesses can take any any kind of repair they want. They can do it in house if they want. They can go to a third party. They can do any of that. But what they want to do is exempt critical infrastructure. What is it? Critical infrastructure? Good question. I mean, it could be just about anything. They're using the federal definition. This definition is very broad. If you want to argue something is critical infrastructure and you know how to argue it in court, you could probably say that it is. But that's the problem. This could open up a whole bunch of different things to be exempt from right to repair. And small businesses, medium sized businesses, even larger businesses that have these equipment, they won't be able to fix their stuff anymore. And it's because they make more money on the service contracts than they do the equipment. And they they know that I know that, but they have been relentless over the last 2 years to try to get me to overturn this part of my law. And I said flat out no. I do not want to exempt these kinds of things. They're trying to use this argument that there's all of these security risks that are going to happen. Well, the bill has been in effect for the last 3 full months, and that hasn't happened. They want to say that, NSA and FBI, they're all concerned, but they can't reach out to me because they're not allowed to tell me that there's a problem. I have to hear it from the lobbyist. Well, they have been persistent about this. At one point, they're like, "Come on, rep the tone, just trust us." No, no, I'm not gonna just trust you. No, I want facts. I want data. I want information. I want examples on how the right to repair actually causes the problems that you're saying. And they cannot provide it to me. And they haven't been able to provide it to me over multiple times that I've asked them over the last couple years. But they're still going to go forward with this. And they're still going to try to get it through. And I told them, don't do this with me still in the house. Don't do this under my nose and try to undermine me, because last year they tried it and I stopped them. But this year's a different year. I may not be able to stop them, but I want to make sure that you know that they're trying to mess with the right to repair, and that we should not give any ground to anyone on this topic. We need to move forward and add things to right to repair, not take them away. And if they want to take something away, then they have to go through the people. So call the senators in the business committee and tell them to not get rid of any part of the right to repair in Colorado. You have to have them reject that. I need you to come upon adjournment whenever that is. I don't know. On Thursday, could be 10 o'clock, could be 10:30, 11. Check the calendar. I'll put a link. But I need your help. They are going to try to do this, and I told them I would have to filibuster it if it comes over to the House. And I will, because this is my baby. This is my big legacy of my career in the House, and I'm not going to let them just take it away. So just wanted to put this out there. I'm trying to defend my policy. This is the best policy out there, and we should not be giving ground to the big corporations just because they want to get their profits back, because that's what it is. It's not about security. It's not about anything like that. It's only about the profits. Don't let them fool you into thinking that it's anything different. We'll see what happens next week, because if that bill gets over to the House, I'm going to have to talk for a very long time, and I don't even want to hear myself do that. So if you can help me kill it in the Senate by putting some pressure on those senators, that would help me out a lot. But help us all out.